So, should I strike off my company or should I liquidate it? Listen, it's a question that is on many UK directors' lips today, and it's a question we get regularly asked at First Business Rescue. Now, with most questions, it depends. So I'm going to go through both scenarios, strike off and liquidation. Now, let's clear something up right from the bat. You're normally only meant to use a strike off or try and dissolve your company if you're solvent, you've got no debts, or you can afford to pay the debts off before you try to strike the company off. But there are some exceptions to the rule. So let's say that your business owes HMRC some money. Let's say that your business owes some business rates. It may owe one or two suppliers. And you're not trading, you've got very little cash in the bank, and you've got no assets to sell to raise capital. And there's no money to liquidate. Then what you might try and do is strike that company off. Now, if you do this, it's really, really important that you write to let your creditors know that you intend to strike the company off at Companies House. Now, it's highly likely, if you've got no assets, no cash, no hope of recovery, that your creditors, especially if the people like HMRC and the local council, they won't object to the strike-off. They'll just go, right, they just won't do anything. You'll apply to strike the company off at Companies House, and in 3 months, your company will be dissolved. Now, remember, if you do that, your company could always be reinstated for 20 years. After the fact, although it's highly likely that it wouldn't be. Now, you can't use this if you've taken a bounce back loan, okay? So you may want to consider striking a company off if you've got no debts, or you can pay your debts off before you strike the company off, or you owe like little amounts to HMRC, certain suppliers, other creditors, except a bounce back loan. You might want to try and write to the creditors to explain that you're going to strike the company off because you've got no cash and no assets. But if you've taken a bounce back loan, and many of you have, you cannot use the strike off. I've done loads of videos on this. There's new laws come in to say that you should not try and use the dissolution process to get away with not paying a bounce back loan. If you've taken a bounce back loan, or your debts are, it's not just a few £100 here and a few £1,000 there. Really, the best option for you is a liquidation. And a liquidation involves appointing a licensed insolvency practitioner who will formally and legally close the company down via a creditor's voluntary liquidation. Now, that process will take a few weeks, and it costs money. We've gone through this before. Small liquidation is going to cost about £4,000 plus VAT in the UK as of September 2022. And in a liquidation, all the debts of the business will be written off. And then, the director can get on with their life. So, I hope that has made sense. Should I strike the company off or should I liquidate? I've done other videos on this, so please go and watch them. Thanks for your time. Chris Worden,